Peace Seeker, welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. My name is Talia Joy. I'm a manifestation mentor, a bestie in your awakening journey. I'm an intuitive and a channel, and I help you to understand how manifestation actually works. We go into mindset, we go into energetics, we go into taking inspired action. And the super secret side part of all of this is if you are here, you are an old soul, whether you realize it or not. You are dipping your toes in the realm of manifestation, of possibility, of growth. That means that you are actually, in fact, ready, or else you would not have stumbled across this information. So the fact that you're here means you're an old soul, means you're ready to do the thing. And my specialty is taking gigantic concepts that I receive from spirit, also from my mentors, and making them easy to understand and to bring into your life, to apply it, to really see those changes happen. So welcome, my love. If you have not already heard of On the Path, that is my other podcast, a subscription podcast where I take you knee deep into the work, how to actually manifest step by step. You start at the beginning, you move through all the steps. We also have weekly assignments and so many beautiful plans for that podcast. I have had the most outrageous and humbling and incredible and gratitude-filled responses from all of you that have already joined. I'm blown away. I'm completely blown away. So check the links in the show notes below if you want to join or check out On the Path, which is basically manifestation and taking you through it step by step, broken down into very simple, tangible steps so that you can see yourself move forward. That's what it's all about. So let's move into today's topic. So we're talking about, so you think you're ready to manifest or ready to manifest? Okay, this is actually what it takes. And so much has deepened for me lately as I step into my next level. You know what they say, what got you here will not get you there. We need to constantly be upgrading our understandings and our tools in order to truly move forward, especially when we get into quantum leaping and quantum manifestation, which I'm also going to talk about today. There are a few things that it actually takes to manifest. And as I said, it's deepening for me. If you were in any of my recent workshops or you've been your one-on-one client, you've heard a shift in me because I've realized a lot of things. And that's what happens. We go through our journey and our understandings, as I say, deepen, they expand, we get things on a new level. So today I'm going to bring to you some fresh new perspective on really what it takes to manifest and what I'm seeing is working in my own life. So when we are wanting to create something, I'm going to weave in teachings I've already taught, you've maybe heard here on the show, with these new understandings. So something that I've already said here and that you've probably heard me say is you can't manifest from the couch. And that's not entirely true because you definitely can manifest from the couch. But what I mean by that is that manifestation isn't only, meaning exclusively. It's not exclusively a sort of mythical, random, magical process. It's not exclusively you backing out of your driveway and like, holy crap, there's a big sack of cash at the end of my driveway. I was just asking for this. Super cool, or else we would all have what we wanted. We'd all have the bank accounts or the people in our lives or the health, vitality, body, whatever. We would all have that if it was that easy. It is not that easy. However, when you learn how to use manifestation, when you learn how to, more importantly, or more specifically, when you learn how to use energy, you can then create what you desire, but it does take some things on your behalf. You don't just manifest from the couch, doing nothing, shifting nothing, being no different than you've always been. Like I say, what got you here is not going to get you there. There are things you're going to need to double down on or focus on or heal or release, So as we move forward, I want you to just kind of it somewhat pains me to say this, but like release the idea that manifestation is like only magic and it's all so mysterious. And it's like, I don't know, if I say these mantras, like it just happens. And like I can say $20,000 months and it just happens. The reason it pains me is because we live in a unlimited universe and anything truly is possible. However, as I go through this episode, you'll understand more deeply what I mean. So starting with the fact that the law of attraction is real, it's always happening. You are always attracting who you are being and what you are doing. So who you have been being and what you have been doing has got you here to the beautiful place that you are in your life. There's a lot of things that you have changed that you used to struggle with. There's places you feel more strong or more healthy or less reactive, maybe healthier in your mind, healthier in your body. There's a lot that has got you here. And so I want you to think of all the things that you've created in your life. And if someone said to you, like, did you just do that from the couch? Did you just write it in a journal and it happened? You'd be like, no, actually. I mean, for me personally, before I was so deep in utilizing the laws of the universe, I healed from an eating disorder and from addiction. And that took a fuckload of work. It took deeper healing. It took reprogramming my brain, my self-perception. It took realizing I was loving myself conditionally and really remedying that. And I didn't have it all figured out back then, but it did take a lot. So these days, I believe much more in ease. I don't think it has to be a lot of strife and a lot of sacrifice and a lot of like hustle in any way. However, it does take you moving toward your goals and your dreams. And a word that I'm going to use a lot coming up and also in this episode is devotion. This has been coming so strong into my experience. You need to be devoted to what you want. On a physical level, on an energy level, that is something that manifestation requires. It requires your focus. So what you focus on expands. What you perceive, you receive. So you can't sit there and go like, well, whatever, I just want like friggin' to lose 20 pounds or I just want to make $1 million. It's because you're not perceiving life through the lens of somebody that is doing that. And as you do that, as you shift into more alignment with what you want, then the universe does come in and magically help you. There are times I've, shared on the show, times where like a random TikTok went viral and then my show got all these like 300,000 extra, not 300,000 actually, sorry, that was harsh exaggeration. Maybe it was 30,000, I don't remember, but it was this huge increase in my listeners. Things like that happen that I have no control over. That's my vibe. Miracles happen. I expect them. I work with them. However, when it comes to manifesting, you need to also be shifting into the energy of the person that manifests that. So whether it's the lottery or it's healing your body or it's finding love, it's less about what do I need to do to create this specific thing and more about who do I need to become to hold that energetic capacity, to magnetize that toward us. So we have a portal that comes out of us that is like, it's like an energy portal. And this is just one way of thinking of it. And as you are going about your life, everything that you're focusing on, so what you're talking about, where your thoughts are, what you spend your time doing, what you spend your time thinking about, all of that is going out and attracting more of that back to you. So if you just kind of write in a journal and go like, oh, I want to bring in this, and then nothing else changes in your life, you are not becoming an energetic match. So I'm only going to spend a tiny amount of time on that because I I know that you are someone who is knee deep. I know you're someone who has quote unquote done the work on yourself already, or done some work. You've been in this, you know this, right? So basically, I'm just starting by saying manifesting requires something from you. And the more I get into this journey and up my own game and up my own embodiment practices, I realize that when we truly manifest something, it's often not even a surprise. It's like, yeah, I've been working toward this energetically, physically, practically, right? And I sometimes like to use the example of, like, if somebody was to lose 50 pounds over the course of a year or 6 months or some sort of big transformation, it was still 1 pound at a time. Even a millionaire, it's not now I make $30,000 a year and then all of a sudden tomorrow I make $1 million. It's not just from 1 to Z. It's not just from beginning to end. You work at it. And again, I'll get more into this. The work doesn't have to be hustle and painful and yucky, but if you want something of your life that is different than what you have now, it requires you to shift and expand. So I'm going to talk in a second about this devotion, about this commitment, and I feel like it's really going to help. First, I want to say, if you are looking to do this, especially in the realm of quantum, which we're going to talk about in a minute, quantum manifestation, activating her or him or them, whatever resonates with you, activating that version of you that is living the dream life and moving forward, taking inspired action, expanding your energy field to receive. If you're wanting to do this and watch yourself move forward with specific practices, I have a 31-day challenge starting January 1st. Yes, we are back with our January 1st challenge. I've done this for probably about 6 years in a row. It started with the Best Self Every Day challenge, and I always do the New Year challenge so that we can rock the first 31 days together, see ourselves move forward. So this one this year is called Ready to Manifest, and it's a 31-day quantum manifestation challenge. The link will all be below. You're going to get mindset hacks, daily practices, quantum manifestation techniques, a supportive community, an end call, a wrap-up call, a Zoom finale call to seal it all in. There's so much included this year. We're going to go deep. It's a quantum manifestation process and challenge. I challenge you to dive into this 20 minutes a day or less. Again, mindset hacks, embodiment techniques, daily energy tools, specific manifestation practices to bring forward what you desire. And all of it is created with the intention of moving you forward, of having you create more money in abundance, more blessings, more energy and vitality, an expanded energy field, more magnetism, more freedom, more well-being, less stress, and best of all, momentum toward all your goals. So I invite you into Ready to Manifest, the 31-day challenge. We are starting January 1st. If you secure your spot now, you can just relax. Just know you've got your back until, from now till January. You can just chill, be like, okay, January 1st, we're launching in. This is amazing. You'll also start getting tools to use before via email when you sign up. So very excited for that. Okay. So I said that I was going to also talk about this devotion, this commitment. So one thing that I realized is that when I was really, really stuck, not very long ago, I was constantly feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I was very overstimulated, being an empath, highly sensitive. Those of you that can relate, you're going, yeah, I understand that. Overstimulated, emotional, confused as fuck about what I actually needed to do to get out of my own way. The amount of times I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, what do I actually need to do to create more money, to heal my body, to move forward? And there was a few things going on. I was disconnected from my body. I was sabotaging my workouts, avoiding my yoga practice, and I never, quote unquote, had enough time for meditation, for nervous system work, for breath work. Every time I'd plan it, I would find something else to fill that space instead. I would deem something else more important than a shower, than my meditation, than yoga. I was holding on to over 20 pounds of emotional weight. And I was chronically in pain. I was just disconnected from my body in this time when I felt really unclear, really stuck. Also, my bank account stressed me out. So not only was I never reaching my income goals, I also had very unhealthy patterns with money, and I avoided my account. I avoided paying my bills. I had no system at all. I would pay stuff late. I stressed about everything, buying groceries, anything else. No matter how much was in my account, it never felt like enough. This was around the time too that I manifested $44,000, and it stressed me out. It sounds backwards, but I immediately was like, how am I going to make this again? It's going to go so fast, and the kids would need something, and I'm stressed. It's like just money in general stressed me out. Also, my daily practice at that time was floppy as fuck. And I was really at the point where I knew I should have a daily practice, but I just didn't. Kind of like my body and yoga, I just didn't prioritize myself. I didn't realize that I was sabotaging so much of my success by never giving myself the time. Never giving myself the 20 minutes, the half an hour, the morning routine, the writing out of my intentions, the moving through things as I was triggered in my journal. I just didn't give myself the time. And by doing that, I was saying to myself that I am not worth the 20 minutes, the 10 minutes, right? And I was always avoiding it. So the last thing that I really noticed when I was thinking back is that I had no idea how to move forward. So I was staying in and stuck in I don't know for a long ass time. I was confused. I was quote unquote waiting for clarity. Like I would say that to myself. I'm just like waiting for clarity. I'm just waiting. Meanwhile, stuck. Meanwhile, freaking out about money. Meanwhile, not feeling good in my body, right? So I was actually just uninspired and in an energetic rut. So sometimes we are really ready to manifest, but we're in an energetic rut. So I want you to just ask yourself as you're hearing me talk about this with the body, with the bank account, with the daily practice, no idea how to move forward, and just ask, maybe I'm not stuck. Maybe I'm just in an energetic rut. Maybe you're just lacking ideas and forward momentum, right? So I was in that for years. But, my friend, as I love to talk about here on the show, the day came where the risk to remain tight in a bud was more than it took to blossom. And I was sick of struggling, and I decided to double down on what I did know, which is that my energy creates my results. And instead of avoiding change, I knew I had to run knee-deep into it and create the big results, get myself unstuck. So a few things I did was like I started joining masterclasses, I started reading books, I started doing the things that my intuition was telling me to do. But most of all, I started coming back with consistency and devotion. By the way, with the 31-day challenge, everything is 20 minutes a day or less. Of course, you can stretch it out to longer, meant to create consistency and devotion so that you can see yourself move forward. So if you're going, I don't know, you're waiting for clarity, not quite sure, you maybe are just lacking ideas like I was, lacking forward momentum in an energetic rut. This challenge will get you way out of that rut. I promise you that, because the day comes where it's more painful to stay stuck than it is to show up for yourself, to try new things. So no matter where you are in your journey, whether you're already making like 100K months or years or whatever, or you've done a lot of stuff and you're just looking for more, or maybe you're feeling a bit stuck, it's going to be the same. It's going to be about recognizing that your energy creates your results, and you need to start showing up with devotion and consistency toward what you want. So you may be ready to manifest, but if you're not doing it or you're feeling unsatisfied with the pace at which you're manifesting, my guess is that you're not showing up maybe with specific enough practices or focused enough practices to actually get and move forward, to actually get what you want and move forward toward that. So we're even going deeper. In this quantum manifestation tool, the reason this whole show is called the Awakening Her podcast, if you're brand new here, her, and of course that's him or them, whatever applies to you, is that version of you that is already living that next level, already living the dream life, already living with that bank account, with that relationship to your body, with the people in your life and, traveling, whatever it is for you. When we start to realize and play in the quantum, we start to activate that version of us in our mind's eye. You can write about them in your journal. You can visualize her while you meditate, visualizing that version of you that has done the thing, that is that, leap forward. And asking them, what types of things did you do? What types of things did you do for your body to heal it? What types of things did you do for your mind to heal it? What types of things did you do for your bank account to move into more money? What is your advice for me on stepping into my next level? You can ask that version of you. And ultimately, it requires of you devotion and consistency and a clear channel. So it's really beautiful that you are ready to manifest. But what I ask you is, are you doing both the feminine and the masculine aspects of manifestation? So I haven't really talked about this much, which is really exciting. But the feminine aspects of manifestation are the dreaming, and it's also the receiving, and it's the visualizing, and it's the flow, and it's the intuition, and it's being inspired, and it's going with what really feels good and the pleasure, right? It's the dreaming, it's the feeling, it's the, casting into the future. And the masculine aspect of manifestation is truly where it kind of goes, wah, wah, wah. And it goes, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? How are you moving yourself forward? And again, I don't want to release the magic of manifestation, but truly the way I see it works is when you pick up and put on your big girl pants and your manifestation pants and you go the day has come where the risk to not do this is bigger. Fuck it, I'm doing it. And you get thirsty to learn. You get thirsty to implement. You get thirsty to heal. You start going, I don't care what it takes. I'm doing it. That energy, when you pick up your bags and you put on your suit and you start moving yourself forward, that is when the universe truly kicks in and goes, whoa, because they follow you. The energy follows you. Your spirit team, your ancestors, your guides, all of the magical mojo follows you. So if you're in, I'm stuck, I'm waiting, all they can really give you is more stuck and more waiting. So you just kind of stay stagnant. But when you pick up your pants and go, I don't even know what the right thing to do here is, say it's wanting to get healthier or release weight or something. I don't know. But maybe let's talk to the version of me that has managed to get healthier. And maybe you hear them start saying, yeah, more veggies, more home cooked meals. Okay, that's something simple, of course. That's something I can do to move in the direction of health. It doesn't have to be the biggest, latest, greatest, most expensive thing. It's truly just showing the universe that you are interested in your goals. I really want you to hear that. You are the causer of these things. When I manifest, I realize that I am the deliberate creator. I cause this. And by doing that and taking responsibility, I am open to how Spirit's going to guide me. And that's when the thing clicks, or the person crosses my path and the client comes in, or, the answer to something to do with my body to heal my gut comes forward. It's not when I'm staying stuck. I no longer allow myself to stay stuck. And there's a lot of times when I don't have clarity. There's a lot of times I don't have clarity, even with my business or even with what I'm doing tomorrow or anything. But I continue to move myself forward. If I'm looking to heal my body and I don't know what else to do, I'm going for a walk, or I'm doing a 5-minute stretch, or I'm dancing around more and moving my body and moving emotions through because I got to do something. You have to keep moving. You have to show the universe that you are interested in becoming abundant. So you are going to start to embody that abundance energy. You are going to start learning more about money energy and how to manage your finances, not just sitting there waiting for it. And I'm also talking to myself. This is something that I tended to do. I'm just going to wait for the money. And once the money comes, then I'll figure out how to manage it. Backwards. backwards. I need to learn how to manage it now, and then the money comes because I have a container for it. That's how it's gone. I need to learn how to conjure up the feeling of well-being now, and then the answers start coming. So first and foremost, if you feel, to kind of bring this back down to earth, if you feel you are ready to manifest, but you're not sure what to do, join the 31-day challenge. Please, I will keep you inspired. I'm driven. I'm committed to you getting results from this. And I'm a very stubborn Scorpio. So, you got to trust that for something. But also, what can you do to start taking action toward your dreams? The universe loves action because it shows that you're serious. So this is the caveat I want to say. Don't take desperate, scrambly, weird action. It's not investing $10,000 in something that doesn't feel good just to take action, but it's to follow through on the desires of your heart, to show the universe that you are committed. So if you are committed to creating health, if there was no magical universe to back you up, I mean, what a sad experience, but if there was no magical universe, how are you going to create this for yourself? People that turn their life around, as I've said before, if they lose 100 pounds or they get out of debt to make $1 million, it took effort. But it doesn't have to be scrambly. It doesn't have to be based, it shouldn't be based in lack and scarcity and weirdness and non-alignment. You want to come into, what can I do that feels good to be in alignment with health, with better finances or a better relationship with my money or my body? What can I do to heal? Is there a course I've taken I can go back and listen to, or a book I've read, or that has been recommended to me on this topic that I can start diving into? So half the time when we're ready to manifest, but we're not doing it, we're uninspired because we don't have maybe someone or a book or something feeding us going like, ooh, try this and ooh, try that. That's one of the biggest things my clients find with me is it's like endless tools. So you need to stay inspired and moving forward. And that can be through your favorite podcast. It can be, again, books, all these things. You can also, if you're intuitive, you can ask spirit. I mean, everyone's intuitive, but you can consult your intuition, pull cards about it, go to somebody, have a mentor. There's lots of options on what you can do to start to gain clarity. But the biggest thing is start moving. Bravery creates confidence. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. So again, to start simmering this down, a few things that manifestation truly takes is honoring the masculine and the feminine. It truly takes not only honoring the visions and seeing it in your mind's eye and getting into the feels and closer to those emotions of freedom, those emotions of excitement, those emotions of gratitude, more close to those. And you need to have some sort of structure, some sort of practice, some sort of devotion. You need to show up to the game, continue learning, continue expanding, do what you can from where you are. But you do need somewhat of a plan. It doesn't have to be like a 3-month or a 6-month plan. It's just like writing out all of the things that make you feel healthier in your body. And writing out a big list of, taking my supplements and drinking water and working out and doing yoga and hiking and whatever else. And then do those things. Start carving them more into your day. Start putting them into your life as if your goals and your well-being and your vitality depends on it. Because we are the ones that create this experience and show the universe where to put the energy. We are the ones that have to go first. I've used this example a lot. It's like a GPS. You can't get turn right, turn left, aka your next step. You can't get that just sitting in your driveway. You have to pull the car out and start driving, and then your next step will always be presented. So I love to, read a book, refresh, not stay stuck, not stay stagnant. I actually go through weeks that are intentionally mapped out in my calendar that I have different focuses. And so just for example, one week is like CEO week where I'm going into like the back end of my business and I'm doing assorted things. But I also have mindset weeks where I'm diving into like maybe courses I've purchased before or someone specific's podcast or a book, or I do my own reprogramming programming work, deeper, realization on my mindset. Like I have weeks where I focus on different aspects, abundance weeks where I'm absorbing and learning more about money energy and looking at my own funky beliefs and witnessing things, because that's what I want in my life, is more of all these things. I want to be more the CEO of my business, creating something successful. I want to be more in my abundance, my health, my vitality, my powerful mind. And it takes some amount of effort. You can't have a lazy mind and manifest something wildly new. You can't have floppy practices and manifest at the level in which you want. This is just real. So whether your devotion and your commitment comes through meditation every day, or doing more yoga, or hiring a mentor, or a 31-day challenge, whatever you need to do, start watching yourself move forward. And as you start doing it, you truly do start feeling, whoa, I'm moving forward. My success is going to happen. And that creates momentum. Manifestation doesn't happen out of nowhere. It happens from momentum, which comes from devotion and commitment to what you want. We want to be living in the future, looking forward, casting our energy, casting our desires out into the future, not staying stuck where we are, not replaying and being fearful of the past. We want to be casting forward the energy that we want to create. That means learning. That means being on the leading edge of your own expansion and inspiration. And I want to tell you that you are worth it. You are worth that time. You are worth the 20 minutes a day. You are worth the investment for you. What is more worth it, right? I always say, like, yes, it's scary to move forward. Yes, it's scary to invest. Yes, it's scary to take the leap. But isn't it much more fucking terrifying to not move forward? This is your life. You've got one life this time. You've got one life this time. Let's make the most of it. It requires manifestation, quantum leaping, making your millions of dollars, having a vital, thriving body and bank account and support system. It takes you showing up for your dreams, showing up for your goals, not just waiting for them to happen. And the last thing I want to say is, if you have been waiting for them to happen, there's no shame in that. A lot of this manifestation journey, especially new age manifestation, it's a lot of like, write it down and it just comes in. And I believe that all those stories you hear about, like, oh my God, it just came overnight, most of them are true. But it took energetic devotion to those goals beforehand. The people I learn about, learn through, for example, Lou Clark with money. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's online. She's incredible. I saw her at Casey Villard's live event. She's incredible. She was $17 from bankruptcy. And what it took to get her here to, $5 million net worth within a few years, or, whatever. She has children. It's been this whole story. It took her getting her money energy right and intentionally divvying up her money and taking her money and managing it when she got it, not just not being in integrity with it. So basically what I'm saying is, by avoiding your bank account, by not learning how to manage it, you're not moving yourself forward. So start learning more about the thing you want to create. Start just trying stuff. I love, like, if you have an online business, start looking at different social media strategies or YouTube videos or the beautiful, helpful reels you see or a course you've taken, and just start trying stuff. You never know what's going to work. And you go like, oh, that's a really great idea to put like the caption over the thing. And then, oh, that really worked. Wow. Or yeah, 7 seconds, something with a great, like, you never know the thing you hear that's like, holy shit, that worked. You just want to stay in the arena. You want to stay in the vibe. You want to stay in the lane going, this is the lane I'm in. This is what I am interested in. Hand up. I am in the lane of abundance. I'm learning. I am busting through. I'm expanding. I'm investing. That is when you truly manifest the full actualization of the desire, is when you have that commitment, when you have that focus, and you are consistently showing up for your dreams. That's when you learn new stuff. That's when people come through and you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize. That's when the right mentor comes to help you get unblocked, or the right book comes to just send you in the right direction. Or a free masterclass or a course or a video or anything comes that busts you forward. It's because you were already in the arena. So for today, with those goals that you have, ask yourself, how can I cultivate devotion and commitment? And if you avoid daily practices, if you avoid your own self-care, if you avoid your workouts, if you avoid your supplements, even if it's unintentional, you just forget. If you avoid these things, get yourself in a place with accountability. I would love to see you in the 31-day challenge, but get yourself, you might have a running buddy you do it with, whether it's physical running or it's anything else. Take a course together or do something with someone to stay accountable, because you are worth it. And it's going to be so much better on the other side of this, because you want to be a millionaire that actually knows how to manage their money. You want to be someone healthy that knows how to maintain health. It's not a quick fix. It's not just only exclusively magic that comes out of nowhere. It takes you growing into that person. And that's your soul also growing. And the thing I want to say just on that before we go is that it doesn't have to take a long time when you are growing. The universe rewards those who move forward, because there's so many people sitting there just being like, God, bring me this. Universe, bring me that. Come on, where's my cash? And they're not doing the work. So if that's you, it's okay. Like I said, no shame. There's a lot of that promoted in the manifestation space. It's going to be much more rewarding for you to become that person authentically. It may be tough sometimes. We need to heal. Sometimes we need to reprogram, as I talk about on the path, in the process of manifestation, of transformation. There is a time when we need to reprogram our thoughts, and there is a time when we need to take inspired action, but it is so worth it. So again, if you're ready to take action, I invite you either into On the Path. It's $22 a month up until January 1st. Seriously, it is the best personal development and manifestation and move yourself the fuck forward program. And that's on an exclusive podcast. It's on an audio format. It's the best thing that you could do for yourself right now if you resonate with my message. $22 a month. You can cancel anytime if it doesn't live up to your standards. But I promise you, it will move the needle forward. Feel free to join me in that, as well as the 31-day challenge, Ready to Manifest. I also have a quantum leaping workshop happening right at the end of the year. I believe it's December 29th. If that link is ready, it will be there. Otherwise, keep your eyes open to Instagram at Talia Joy Manifestation, or on this podcast for the updates on what I've got going on, because you are ready to quantum leap. I promise you, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. Even, let's just be honest, 20 minutes a day, most days. You will quantum leap in a short amount of time. It doesn't take a lot. You've already done a lot of work. You're doing such a good job. We all want this for you. We are rooting you on. You can do it. Don't give up. You are worth it. Commitment, devotion, you've got this. I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, thank you for listening to this episode. It truly means a lot, and I really, really hope that it served you. I invite you to check out the show notes. There's all sorts of action down there, including the Awakening Her daily practice, which is a beautiful daily practice to process your emotions and manifest what it is that you want. In the show notes, you'll also find the Awakening Her Manifesting Apparel store, how to reach me on Instagram and Facebook, as well as some one-to-one opportunities. So make sure to check that out, and I'll see you in the next episode.